right, hey, good morning. So, it has been a while, so I wanted to come on and get you caught up a little bit and then vlog a little bit of what we're doing today. So, it's been a while. I gotta think about when I go back to, but I traveled to Vegas for a week with my business coaches and mindset coach and all that at the end of July. And so really since then, it's just been crazy. I was home for like a week, and then we went to New York City with the studio. So there was a lot of studio families that went on that trip, and it was amazing. And then I came home and it was open house time. And so we got the studio all transformed and set up for our open houses. We basically run families through stations. I think it was 9 stations this year. Starting at the front of the building when they first walk in, and they kind of move through the waiting room and then upstairs, and they move through 4 of our different studios that are set up with different activities. That makes it sound more fun than it is, I think, but things to do in each studio, and then they check out and they're done. So that is a bit of an undertaking because we move all of our merch, we move all the shoes. We set up 4 shoe sizing stations. Every shoe that we sell, we have 4 sets of that we use for sizing. So setting up those stations and then tearing everything down. So just the other night, we tore everything down, and then we set up for our staff retreat. So, and I wish I would have vlogged. That was a fun night. I get there and we had just had an elevator issue. Somebody kind of hit the door with a cart, which caused the elevator to kind of, worry. And the elevator just froze and they couldn't make the elevator work. And so it was kind of a thing. Anyway, but I fixed the elevator with my husband on the phone telling me what to do. But I fixed it. So got my little tools and did a big scary breaker and pulled that and got it fixed. So the fun things you get to do when you own your own larger small business, right? You get to figure out all of these fun things and try to fix them, repair them, do them yourself as much as you can. So anyway, that was fun. But we got open house all tore down, put back. So everything's put back in its normal spot. And then we have our staff retreat this weekend. Tonight, manager coordinators are there. And then all day tomorrow, we have staff coming and going from the building, different groupings of staff. But anyway, so, and then Sunday starts team week, and then we have our competition teams in the studios every single night, Sunday, all the way through the week. So they are it's kind of like a choreography boot camp, if you will, but we call it team week, and we have them all there. So anyway, it's been busy. It's been busy. Not a ton of stuff with the building has gotten done or changed. The lines got painted pink, which is exciting. That happened while we were in New York. So it was funny. We're walking around New York trying to, organize 30 families, and we had a tour guide there who was amazing. I couldn't have done it without him. But there's still a lot of communication coming and going, and it's New York City. There's not a lot of places to stop and walk unless you're going to sit and eat. So I'm trying to navigate my phone and back and forth. We still had summer camps going on, and we had the line painting happening, and we were in New York. That was a crazy week. But we have some pink lines at the studio, pink and white, and some black for the handicap area as well. And I'm trying to think if I vlogged this or not, but Josh did put up a couple banners in the 2nd floor hallway, kind of right when you walk to the top of the stairs. We painted a door there that was tan and scratched up and lots of chips in it. We painted that black. We, meaning Josh, and and then he also hung a couple banners right in there as well, just to kind of make that hallway a little bit more our brand and fun, and give some photo op things for families as they were up there for open houses. We will be leaving that that stuff up though for now. So let's see what else has gotten done. Keeping up with landscaping on the exterior during the summer is fun. So Josh has done that a few different times as far as trimming the bushes and things like that, pulling weeds, spraying for weeds, and it's a constant battle. So when we get there, I'll show you. It's overgrown because it hasn't been done in the last week or two. So it's just a constant with that, and mowing, of course, and those types of exterior things. I don't think there's been anything major other than the elevator issue. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. We've had a couple HVAC things. That's just going to be an ongoing issue, I think. We had the locksmith out again as well. He fixed like 10 doors. One is now broken again. So he will be back out soon as well. Yeah, it's just that stuff's ongoing for sure. Yeah. So the kids went back to school today though. I am so excited. As a mom, I love my kids dearly, but I really wasn't seeing them this summer anyway. They were at our day camps, and so yeah, I got to see them in passing, but I really wasn't seeing them anyway much, and I had to bring them into Cedar Falls with me. We had to bring lunches every day. Yeah, so to be able to wake up and get them on the bus, I don't have to be dressed and ready. I get them ready, and then I can have my coffee and take my time getting myself ready, is a blessing, and I'm very thankful for that. So that felt good this morning. We're going to get back into a routine. Retreat is going to be amazing. So excited for this retreat. The team that we keep pulling together, it just keeps getting better and better. Culture keeps getting tighter and tighter, and yeah, so it's exciting. Year 17, guys. Headed into year 17. We opened in 2008. Yeah, crazy. It doesn't seem... Somebody was asking me about that the other day, and I said, well, on one hand, it has flown by. I mean, it literally feels like I just opened the other day. It's just like raising kids, you guys. On the other hand, it feels like a lifetime ago, because I think about who I was and who the studio was in 2008, 2009. We were tiny. It was a one-woman show. I mean, I couldn't have even wrapped my head around. At that point, I was like 100 kids would be amazing, right? And it's like 500 and some students right now, individual students in our system. Like, it's insane. It's just absolutely insane. I couldn't have ever even wrapped my head around where I'm at now then. So it feels like a whole different lifetime, a whole different person, a whole different business in some ways. And then in other ways, what we do, the mission, the core value, the curriculum is the same. My heart is the same. The reason I do it is the same. My why is the same. So on one hand, it feels like just the other day and I can relate to it so much, and then on the other hand, it feels like an entirely different lifetime, a different world. So I don't know, it's one of those things. It's a lot like raising a kid. So anyway, today on the agenda, set up for retreat. We already got quite a bit set up because, like I said, we are dialing in our team and we are having a rock star team. So we had teardown scheduled for 5 to 9 the other night, and a team of roughly 8-ish people, 8, 9, somewhere in there. So a smaller team for us. When we're doing things like that, we were actually a couple spots short from what I wanted, but I had backpack night for my kids, so I had to leave and go to that quick and come back, and by 6:30 they were more or less done. By 7 they would have been done with like the original teardown stuff. And so then we started setting up for the retreat. So we made sure tables were where we wanted them for the retreat. We've got some tablecloths already up. We've got balloons where we want them. We've got candies on the table, that kind of stuff. So that stuff's already done, which is amazing because that does take time, especially when it's 1 or 2 people doing it. And now what we have yet to do is all those finishing touches of printing off a few things, I've got a presentation or two that I need to make today. And of course, the kids get out of school early. Of course. So we are going to be rushing today. HVAC is hopefully showing up. We have some issues in the banquet room, which is a room that we are using for our staff retreat a lot, especially to eat in. And so we want to make sure that that is not an issue. The other night when we were setting up, it was like the air was on and then the heat was on and then it cooled off again. It was the most bizarre thing. And that is all controlled in that second floor room that I've shown you before on a system, on a laptop. There's not a thermostat in the room. So it was really bizarre what it was doing. So we're going to fix that and hopefully handle that today, because we cannot have that happening tomorrow when we have 20 to 30 people in a group in these rooms. So anywho, I will catch up with you when we get to the building. I've got like another 5 or so minutes to drive, so we're gonna work to when I get there. Whoop. All right guys, here we are. So if you haven't seen the lines yet, I wanted to show you those. Those are new signs too. I think you've seen them, but so yes, we got pink lines for just like normal parking. Yeah. And then the handicap spots look amazing and, you know, are really visible. I wanted those to stick out amongst the pink, like, so that people that need them can find them. This kind of stuff drives me insane because I'm me. But do you see how that window's like open and it's crooked? That blind drives me nuts. Anyway, we'll fix that. So yeah, the lines look great. And then the other thing I was gonna show you is the bushes, like, they're already overgrown, and he just did this recently. So this is definitely something in the summer that is tricky for us to keep up with. Look at this one's my favorite right here. Look at this little guy. He's an overachiever. See him right there? Anyway, so yes, the keeping up with the property. Now, Josh has done a great job. Look here, there's no weeds in those rocks. That's amazing. So he's done a great job with the weed control. This is, you know, we have this corner of the parking lot that the semis have really tore up when this was sitting mostly vacant for all those years. One of the many reasons we've been trying to keep them out of here. But this too obviously breeds a lot of weeds. He has sprayed these so that at least they are dead and they're not green. So it just looks like, again, to other people, like someone's taking care of the property, which also helps keep the semis and other people that shouldn't be here out. So yes, they don't look awful, but they just were done. So it's like just this constant keeping up of all of that, which is a little bit exhausting. We did not paint the side parking lot or the back staff parking lot yet. We're going to do it in chunks, just for financial purposes, if I'm being completely honest. This property is huge. I mean, you guys know that. We've talked about this before. It's like 7.37, I think, acres, 7 something acres, and, you know, obviously the building, 32,200 square feet, and sidewalks and parking lot and all the things, and trees and bushes. It's just a lot to keep up with, and anything we do is expensive. We talked about, just to kind of throw out just a random thing for reference, we talked about putting all LEDs in the building, lights, right, when we were doing construction, because that is something you can get a rebate for through the city. It's obviously helpful for a lot of reasons. Just to switch the lights in the building to LED was $70,000. So in Denver, we did that, and it was $3,600. So just to kind of give you a reference, like, you can, when you're doing these things on a smaller level, obviously the things are more affordable. When you're talking about this much square foot or external space and acres and things like that, things are just really expensive. So we opted to And actually the lining was not that I think he gave us a really good deal. But it was, and he did a great job. But we opted to just do the front first, and then we'll do the side next, and then we'll do the staff parking last. We are fine. Like, we have plenty of parking back here for the staff that's usually here at any given time. So it's not really a concern of mine at this point. It would just kind of be more of something that's nice to have done. But it's not that big of a deal. The side parking lot is for tenants, and right now we only have the 2 tenants in there, and they don't use a ton of parking. So again, I'm not concerned that like we need to be really efficient and make sure that every parking spot is visible and everyone can use it. Like, if you're double parked, it is not the end of the world. There's plenty of parking. So I'm not overly concerned about that. When our classes are in session, there are a lot of cars in our front parking lot mainly, and so that's why we opted to do that first. Plus, aesthetically, it looks nice. All right, I have to get in the building just in case the HVAC people come soon. I told them I would be here at a certain time, so they'll probably just show up. So yeah, I'll take you on a little tour as we walk the building and today to make sure everything's good. And we will get you caught up a little bit with where we're at and take you along for the ride of setting up for a retreat today. All right, I think we're actually gonna go walk the building first and look for HVAC, because walking in here feels super cool, which is great. But the minute I open this door, this hallway is not very warm, I'm exaggerating, but it's warm. And I'm not sure why. So we're gonna check out this space. This space says it's 70. And this room has its own thermostat. Interesting. Definitely feels warmer than our waiting room. Huh. Interesting. Packages. Always have packages. Okay, banquet room. Let's take a look. Keys first. Step 1. Keys. Okay. Gotta show you what the banquet room looks like set up. One. It's not completely set up yet. We're gonna move some stuff around a little bit, but you kind of start to get the idea. For the portions of the retreat that we are having staff in here, it is only a portion of our staff. So we decided to take down the extra tables and, give the room, give space in the room. So yeah, awesome. Let's see what this says. So we made our tables look nice, I think. Mints, that kind of stuff. Okay, yeah. So I'm not really okay with that there. That's not my favorite. So we're gonna hopefully have them here soon. And they don't have thermostats in these rooms, but they have this little slider thing. And I have it all the way down to cooler, and it's 76 in here. So that is not very acceptable to me. I do think it's warmer in there than it is out here. So I guess that's good. Let's take a look. No HVAC people. They usually come in this door. So we're gonna grab our packages. Stuff for the retreat, I'm sure. Amazon. I don't know what that is. And Copyworks, of course, as well. So grab these, take them down, keep a lookout for HVAC. And I'll show you the rest of the things that we have set up here at some point as well. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun, busy day. Part of the reason I haven't been vlogging as much, we've just been so busy in the office this summer. It's a big transition summer, the first summer in this new space. Wrapping up, kind of the first year in this space and still figuring things out. Having a new business manager, it's been great. Also lots to learn. Speaking of which, I think she's here. She doesn't know I'm vlogging. Good morning, surprise, I'm vlogging. I was actually just saying, summer's been busy, that's why I haven't been vlogging much. We have a new business manager, and then in you walked. It was like perfect timing. Yes. All right, so we're gonna get started for the day. Oh yeah, that's right, we've got one buddy today.
School starts next week.
Yep, he's not quite ready for big kid school yet, but all the big kids went back today, which is fabulous. So we've got a buddy today. And we have a short day. What do you think about that, Everett?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ready to be here by yourself today?
We run to scooters and also.
Ooh, scooters.
I got a cake, but also.
Yeah.
I got those cookies, but comes with a sucker.
Well, that's special.
A birthday cake.
It's going to be a good day. Yeah? All right, so Brittany and I both have lists about a mile long to do between now and 1 p.m. But I'm gonna get started on my first thing. I'll tell you what that is. Show you what we did. So this looks so much better. I don't know if you remember, but it looked, I'll show you a door down there that it looked a lot like. And then he put a banner up here. This is the one that hung in the parking lot last spring to let people know that we were coming. So that one's kind of fun. And then this one was our 10-year celebration banner, so we hung that one up. The 15-year one is down the hall between green and purple, kind of. So the door, this looked like, it looked a lot like this door here. Probably worse though, but it looked a lot like that. So when you came up the top of the steps, this was one of the first things that you saw. So you can see that looked so much better. So Josh did a great job. You can kind of see there's a banner on the wall down there and some artwork. We're headed to the art room to try out the projector. I'll tell you more once we get in there. Okay, story time quick as I get stuff set up. Well, first, let me show you the art room. There we go. We need to, oh, we got some balloons. We might put some more balloons in here, I don't know. But we've got some tables set up. Chairs, some pink, of course, black pens out, and then treats, because you gotta have treats. So, non-chocolate, chocolate, non-chocolate, mints everywhere, yeah? So we have, I don't know, 5 tables that look like this, 6 people at each table. We should be able to fit our staff in here. This is full staff minus like our teaching assistants. They are not part of this, but like parent volunteers, you know, that we have some other additional support staff, but everything else is a part of this. Okay, so story time. I bought this little projector. It wasn't super cheap, it wasn't super expensive, but pretty decent quality, I thought. And the reviews looked good, and all was great with the world. And then I had one of our helpers get it set up the other day. She's pretty techie. She got it set up and going, and in here with this many windows, it was way too bright. Like you couldn't see the projector. So she had the genius idea, because some of these Gen Zers are smart. She had the genius idea. Oh no, I just moved that table, and look what I did. Scratch. I think it's gonna come out. Oh yeah, it's coming off. That was definitely me though. Oh yeah, looking good. A little bit more. The silly things. That was me moving the table though. Okay, so back to what we were doing. So she had the genius idea of taking a couple of some black tablecloths and putting them behind the blinds. So that's why if you see here, you see light coming through a little bit, here you don't. The sun comes up on this side of the building. So we're gonna see, I'm gonna turn lights off, we're gonna see what happens. Okay, so she was genius by adding these. It makes a huge difference, and I think it's going to be just fine. So even with a little bit of light, more light coming in that one, this makes such a big difference. And even with the two smaller room lights on right now, this you can still see. So that's awesome. Now I have to figure out how to connect this, hopefully wirelessly, to my laptop over yonder, so that I'm not like having to sit in front and awkwardly block this. So we're gonna work on that. And then these lights do come off. They're just on motion sensors, so unfortunately they tend to come on when we walk around in here, but that should help even more. Oh yeah, looking good. Looking a little crooked. Definitely a little crooked there. See that? Why is it crooked? I have equal parts Unicorn Crafts holding it up. Why is it crooked? Definitely crooked. Well, but this side needs to go up just a little bit more. Might just be crooked. Anyway, this is good. This is good. Well, I'm gonna try to get the computer hooked up so we can try it with like an actual PowerPoint instead of this, just this page, but I think we're gonna be good. Luckily, I think we're gonna be good. All right, guys, so that's what I'm gonna work on for the next little bit, and I'll show you if I get it all figured out. Okay, well, it doesn't wanna work wirelessly. This is definitely just not, it's not doing its thing. It's not, they're not finding each other. So I just rearranged the room a little bit to figure out how the computer and whoever the presenter is can be close to the projector without blocking other people. So that's why we try this stuff out ahead of time. Okay, well, I don't have the best plan, but I think the presenter's laptop's just gonna have to sit there by the projector for now. We have a couple other longer HDMI cords. We'll try that. It's all these silly little things that come up. So we'll, at least we know you can see it. That's step one, and we can make it work somehow. That's the important thing. I am going to sneak into preschool here and fix that crooked blind that we were seeing when we pulled in. And I'm gonna shut those blinds so that it keeps the sun out. It's summer, so it makes sense HVAC wise to keep the sun out if you can. And then we'll keep setting up, and like I said, honestly, I have I've got to program some new fobs for our new staff members and create a couple more presentations and things like that. So a lot of computer work today as well. Okay, much better. Consistent. Very good. All right, we're gonna head down, get to work on some of this computer stuff, continue to keep our eyes out for the HVAC people as well. No, actually, hold on. No, I talked to my husband. He said they think it's all in control kind of stuff that they can remote in and do from their own office. So actually, I don't think they're physically gonna have to come out, which sounds good, sounds less expensive. So I'm for that. So actually, I think they're not gonna have to physically come out, which is great. And so he's going to remote in and work on some stuff from his computer and hopefully get that room under control. And yeah, we're gonna get everything done here. And we've got, let's see, what time is it? We don't have much time. It is about 10 o'clock. So 10, 11, 12, 1. We've got 3 hours to do a bunch of stuff. So the race is on. All right, so we've been working on some computer stuff, and we've had Everett be our helper here to run down the hall, see if the Sam's Club delivery has been delivered. He just hollered, "I need some help here." So we knew that it had been delivered.
Yeah.
Everett, is there stuff down there?
Yes, look it.
Yes. Oh, look it, come over here. Okay, we're gonna get a cart. That will be helpful. And then we'll, do I have my, oh, I do have my keys. Okay, good. We'll get it loaded up. So we had a few things for Sam's Club. Oh, yep. Perfect. This is why he needed some help. And maybe there's some more outside, it sounds like. So we'll get it loaded up. It's going to, most of it probably art room.
There's none outside.
Oh, it's all in here.
All in here.
Okay, perfect.
Wow. Wait, we gotta load it first.
Get it loaded up and we'll think about where it all goes.
You guys loaded.
All right, the hustle is on. Things are basically set up for the retreat, yeah, more or less. Still lots of little things to do. One more trip to Walmart. And of course, when you do things with 30 staff members, one Walmart doesn't have everything you need. So I have less than an hour to make it to both Walmarts that are like, I don't know, 15-ish minutes away from each other probably. Well, depends on how you go. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. Gotta be home to pick up the kids off the bus at a certain time. So gonna get that done, or have to be home to get that done. So yeah, that's the plan. Oh, for Pete's sake. My life. Why? All right, I'm gonna fix that and then go. Okay, so I made it to one Walmart. Just one. We're not gonna make it to two. Oh, Walmart, all the fun things. Okay, anyway, so I ran in, holy smokes, the air's blowing. I ran into Walmart and they did not have exactly what I wanted or what I thought online they had for an activity for the retreat. So I had to improvise, but actually it worked out because they had enough of one thing. The thing I'm improvising for, they had enough that I don't have to go to the other one, which is good because I have 28 minutes to get home and it's a 25-minute drive. So that's fabulous. I don't know what I was thinking. I kind of forgot the fact that I had to drive home too. I was thinking in an hour, can I run to both Walmarts? Well, yes, but I also have to take 25 minutes to drive home. So anyway, so here's though, I had to show you. This is why I shouldn't go to stores, because Walmart had all these cute little things and I had to buy a few of them. I thought those would be fun in the lounge, the staff lounge, right? So, anyway, you always find stuff you don't need. So I'm going to head home, get my boys off the bus, work for a little bit on computer stuff while they're with me before their dad gets off work, and then I will come back in. So I probably will vlog a little bit more. There's still more stuff, maybe at the end of the day, kind of wrap up everything. But I'm gonna take a little break from vlogging for a little bit, work on computer stuff, and yeah, do some driving. All right, here we go, back again, driving again. So that's the bad part on days like today. Living a little bit out of town, but it is what it is. Most of the time I love it. So anyway, driving back in. Hopefully we have about everything we need. I still have a couple presentations to throw together quick. I have all the thoughts and all the resources and everything. It's just actually throwing it into a nice looking presentation, which thankfully these days there's a lot of tools that help make that a lot faster than it used to be. So I need to do those yet. And then we have our manager coordinator retreat tonight for the majority of the night. And so yeah, I'll have to try to find some time to get those last couple things done. But when we get there, we'll see kind of what we're doing and maybe update you with what stuff looks like. I know Brittany's been working on like the gifts and stuff, so that stuff's all gonna be out and ready. So it should look even more set up than it did this morning when I showed you the art room and the art room and the banquet room will both be more set up. There should be than they were this morning. So yeah, this is just kind of, and this is like exactly what it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago when we were trying to get ready for open houses. You know, there's just so much physically to set up when you're talking about that much space. we're using multiple different rooms. You have to make sure that TVs have the connections you need, all whatever it is you need. But it's just a lot when you're talking about that much square footage getting set up for a new event. And so we just rolled off from open houses, literally tore them down Wednesday night, went right into staff retreat, and now start staff retreat tonight. So yeah, that's just kind of the world that we live in. It's very much a roller coaster as far as busy times, stressful times, that kind of stuff. But overall, feeling really, really good. I'm so excited for year 17. I don't know what it is. I just have a really, really good feeling about it. It just feels like all the pieces are starting to come together, and that there's this little bit of hope that we're stepping out of survival mode and more towards the thriving mode. So that's where we're headed. So all right, well, when we get there, I'll update you with how things are looking. And yeah, it'll be time for our manager coordinator staff retreat really, really soon. And at some point, I've ran out of time. At some point, I need to finish up these last couple presentations, and we'll do I have like a 45-minute block in our retreat tonight that kind of allows for everybody to set stuff up. My plan was to be very available to them during that time as far as if they need any help with anything or questions, but I might need to use a little bit of that time myself to finish prepping. Yeah, it's always a game of like finding enough energy when you run a small business like this, because you're doing all the back end stuff, but you're also the face of everything too. So, it honestly comes down to a lot of prayer and just like, please give me, I'm not going to get a lot of sleep tonight probably. Please just give me the energy to get through it, and not just get through it, but get through it at the level of excellence that I want to. That's the trick. But like I said, I'm really, really hopeful. I have a really good feeling that we're stepping out of survival mode and into thriving mode. I feel really good about hiring one more part-time person. So I'm working through that in my head right now, the direction that I want to go with that exactly. But, financially, I feel good about that. So that gives me some peace of mind as well. So anyway, I will update you when we get there to the studio. All right, guys. So it is 9:15. Our manager coordinator stuff is done for the night, and now it's just last minute things for the retreat. Oh, I never put this also away from supper. Whoops. Okay, so anyway, I'll show you the banquet room and everything as it's set up. We are almost all set up and ready to go for the event. So I have to keep reminding myself, as it feels like it's, so much work to get everything done, and it's like we're on year 17 and we have a huge student body, right? Huge staff, but it feels new in a lot of ways. And it's just because the building's new. We keep changing systems and updating things to work for our growing student body, our growing facility, all the things. And so things do change. It was just a lot of change at once for us, going from 8,500 square feet with 3 studios to this building, the 32,000 square feet. So I'm looking for a certain board that I need. But anyway, yeah, I'm in a pile of things here. So it's all good. I'm so excited for this season. It's not even funny. It's going to be an amazing season. We're still, like I said, changing things, adapting things, growing, but it's going to be great. So I'm going to find what I need. I still have a couple presentations to make, but I can also do those at home if I have to. But yeah, the event in the morning starts at 8 a.m. and we have to be picture ready. We're taking our staff photo. So it's fun. It's fun. No, but in all seriousness, I would be so bored if we didn't have fun and do these things and up level and change and grow as needed, right? We could just do the same stuff we've always done and not adapt, even though we see a need for that. Where's the board I need? I should have known. I should have known. Anyway, I'm finding it. But anyway, but yes, we talked tonight too with managers and coordinators about how much easier it'll be too going into next year and the next year and the next year once we get all of these adjustments made. We just took a big step up, and adjusting is needed if we want to continue to serve at the level of excellence that we do. And so anyway, I'm going to work on this stuff and then I'll show you the rooms set up for tonight. And then, yeah, I've got a couple more presentations to do. All right, guys, getting close. So, banquet room, let's take a look. So we've got staff members get folders with some different information every year. We've got gifts for everybody. I can do this because I'm not going to post this until after the retreat. But everybody gets a gift. There's a few different things in there. If it's new staff, there's maybe a couple extra things that the old staff already have. You guys already saw like the different mints and stuff laid out, candies for them. They're going to be learning in lots of different places throughout the day. We like to move them around because we have this wonderful space. So retreat, retreat, retreat. Then present for when we're not eating. When we are eating, we've got food table, food, perfect. Yeah, got some balloons. We got a couple extra balloons too that could come in here that I think I might bring in here. So, and then we have this countertop space too for some drinks. We have some stuff in the fridge, but most of the food is catered. So we got some fruit trays, for example, but mostly stuff. So yeah, banquet room. We're about ready for that staff retreat. Like I said, there's just a lot of little things behind the scenes. So for example, in each one of these folders, there's multiple papers and they're specific for each person. They have different contract information in them. There's handbooks, there's their job description, which is each different, tax forms, like all different things. And each one kind of needs a different thing. So even just this table here is a lot of time that goes into that. So yeah, and then all the presentations, of course, that will be on the screens and leading people through different trainings and things. And it's not just all presentations either. It's a lot of getting up and scavenger hunts around the building to find where things are, and emergency training and moving around the building and talking through different things that could happen and looking where the exits are and stuff like that. So it's like a really well-rounded day, but we do shove it all into one day, which there's a lot of pros and there's some cons, and one of the cons is it's a lot for one day, but we're getting there. So banquet room, pretty much check. We're gonna go check on the art room. I'm going to lock this, I think, and yeah, get out of here at some point. I talked a little bit earlier about that. That's the hard part when you are part of a small business, is the balance between you're doing all the prep work, but you're also the face of the business as well. So making sure that tomorrow when I get here, I'm rested and excited and all the things, but also getting everything done. So we're gonna go check on that the art room, and see where we're at with that. Here's that nice looking door again. Just had to point it out. It looks so much better. All right, art room is pretty much set up. So we have stuff for everybody laid out, a little gift when they walk in, and place settings so everybody knows where they're at. And some of our food is ready to go. More will be ready and it'll be opened up and all that tomorrow. But yeah, this will be another learning space that they spend some time in. Yeah? All right. I think we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. So we're going to finish up our last things and head home and go to bed. And get up in the morning, do hair, makeup, all the things, and be here by 8 a.m. So it'll be fun. And then next week, we're gonna rest a little bit more next week. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.